Hi, it's Anthony Benici. Welcome to another Brain Blinkers Bullet Point. Well, we've spent a number of videos going through the three different types of brain blinkers: limiting beliefs, self-sabotage and fear. And now we're on the final step here of this many-step journey, which is to talk about how to actually remove those brain blinkers. And the acronym I use here is ACID, A-C-I-D. I'm not going to explain it all in this one here. I'm going to give you the outline of it and what it means and where it came from. When I was working through the cognitive behavioural text to find out a conscious cognitive way of changing our thinking or changing our beliefs to change our outcomes, I was going through a number of programs and looking at the evidence, and this particular way works really, really well. And I've used it in the last sort of 12 and a half years to help people on an individual basis, but also at a very broad level at my keynotes, at my workshops and lectures right around the world. It's 4 steps. It's called the ACID test, and I'll give you the steps now, but it's to be aware that you have a brain blinker, challenge that brain blinker, imagine what's possible if it changed or when it changed, and then finally go ahead and do it. Now we're going to spend the next 4 videos explaining each of those steps, but I wanted to give you the background as to why I chose ACID, the actual acronym, because the steps are straightforward. The ACID test was used by gold miners in the late 18th century because when they were prospecting for gold, they weren't sure if a find would actually be gold. You know, some other base metals might look a little bit like gold. So the way they would test for it, and this is the origin of the phrase, the ACID test, you know, to come up with a conclusive result as such. The ACID test was using nitric acid, actually, to test the find that's been dug out of the ground, and gold would dissolve slower than the other base metals when exposed to nitric acid. So if they found a bit of gold and it didn't dissolve as quickly as the rest, well, then they knew exactly what it was. So I like that analogy, and I like that genesis of the term, because when you use the ACID test in this scenario in a conscious cognitive way, so using your prefrontal cortex, using your brain to think about what you're thinking and how it's affecting you, then it can come up with a fabulous result for you. So we'll spend the next 4 videos having a look at that. Hope you're having a great day.